and good morning to you. Welcome to high school basketball action from the 101st Winchester Invitational Tournament and the Winchester Elementary School Gymnasium. The host for 26 games over the next 7 days, and the champion will be crowned a week from today. Alongside John and Jack Hull, I'm Charlie Hull. This is the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports, and always a pleasure to be coming to you from the Winchester Invitational Tournament. In this first contest, it's the number 1 seeded Camp Point Central Panthers against an Adams County rival in Payson, Seymour, the 9 seed. We'll talk more about the matchup, preview what else is happening today, and give you some tidbits from this 101st Winchester Invitational Tournament. It's all coming up for you on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports.
Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account. Plus, ATM fee refunds. Certain qualifications required. Call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank to get started. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At Logan Agri-Service, we consider it a badge of honor to be recognized as one of the larger independent suppliers of crop protection chemicals in the Midwest. We've worked hard for years to provide you with the access to the best herbicides, insecticides, and fungicides from top manufacturers because we know without you, our local farmers, we wouldn't be here. When you have questions, call our local experts to discuss what works best for your fields and your situation, or visit us online at loganag.com. Serving agriculture since 1962.
Grab the game while your kids are busy. You know, streaming, gaming, and homework. Now you can teach your kids the value of $1 by showing bundles with Cascom. Bundle telephone, internet, and TV. Bundle 2 for a double play or 3 for a triple play. Plus, save $20 a month for 3 months for a limited time. Then you can tell everyone how you help them with their math homework. Call Cascom about bundles today at 1-800-252-1799. Cascom at 1-800-252-1799.
There's a road that makes all the difference between the good and the great. A road less traveled for the few who can handle the grind. One of hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership, with a respect for heritage and tradition and a willingness to adapt. At Little Jess, we travel that road every day because we believe in that difference. And we dare our competition to try and keep up. Little Jess, serving the tri-state area since 1969.
Luke and Aaron Fessler at Fessler Insurance are here to help you with all of your insurance needs. Fessler Insurance, a Country Financial agency, provides life, health, auto, home, and farm insurance. Trust your insurance needs to the local folks at Fessler Insurance. Call for a quote today at 217-285-4429 or stop by at 1165 West Washington Street in Pittsfield for Fessler Insurance.
Back with you on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. Great Rivers Bank with locations in Pittsfield, Berry, Liberty, and Hannibal on the Missouri side of the river. Here to serve you and your family. Stop by the location nearest you or always online at greatriversbank.bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. 8 games on this first day of the 101st Winchester Invitational Tournament. Camp Point Central, the 1 seed, taking on Payson Seymour, the 9 seed, in this 9 o'clock scheduled start. Then at 10:30, it's number 8 Calhoun against number 16 Pleasant Hill. The noon contest will feature the reigning champions, the number 4 seeded Round Catholic Rockets against number 12 Liberty. At 1:30, we'll bring you Greenfield Northwestern and Western in the 5 versus 13 matchup. At 4 o'clock, it's the host and possibly tournament favorite West Central Cougars taking on rival Carrollton. At 5:30, number 7 Porta AC Central, who's done well in this tournament since they've been here, will take on number 15 North Green. Porta being seated 7th, quite honestly, probably the lowest they've been seated for quite a while in this Winchester Invitational Tournament. Then at 7 o'clock, number 3 Griggsville Perry, a possibility of a team that could win this tournament as well, in my opinion, will take on number 11 Brown County. That's a 7 o'clock tip-off. And then the 8:30 game will feature number 6 Triopia, Meridosha, Chambersburg, Virginia, and some parts in between. They'll take on number 14 seeded Carlinville. So lots of action coming your way throughout the day today and we'll have all the action on Central Illinois Sports. And really, there's a probably 4 or 5 teams that have a legitimate shot of winning this tournament. And, the thing about it is, it means you've got to put 4 games in a row together for this Camp Point Central squad. They started off the season undefeated, as did everybody, by the way. But they had an actually undefeated streak to start the season. And now 11-3 after falling to West Hancock in a close contest earlier this week, trying to get their ship righted a little bit after the Christmas holiday for Camp Point Central. Still a very good team. Not quite the depth we saw from the Panthers a year ago, and that has kind of caught up to them a little bit, especially in that Macomb Holiday tournament when they had to play twice in a single day. Proved to be a little tough when you're only playing a 5 or 6 man rotation on a regular basis, but still a very solid defensive squad, giving up less than 40 points a game, and that will keep them in a lot of contests and give them a shot to take home the big trophy at the end of this week. They're taking on number 9, Payson Seymour, who's 6-13 on the season, a squad that still kind of looking for that identity this season, and a team, however, who can shoot it as well as anyone, and if their shooters are all on at the same time, they're a team that could pull an upset in a game like this against Camp Point Central. So I think it's an interesting matchup. Other interesting matchups to watch today, not that they're not all going to be games that have some value to this tournament, but I think that noon game, Route and Liberty, of course, will try to make that a little bit of an uglier contest. Route a little more of a finesse team, and we'll see how that goes in that matchup. I think Greenfield Northwestern and Western could be another game to watch, as the Wildcats have a couple of guys who can really put it up. If they could get some defensive stops for a lower scoring Greenfield Northwestern squad, they could have a chance to be competitive in that contest. And quite honestly, Tropia and Carlinville, I think in that last slot, could be a game to pay attention to as well. We saw Tropia earlier this season. They've kind of had an up and down ride as well. And Carlinville kind of actually taking some of those young kids they've played for the last couple of years, and their trend, I believe, is upward for the Cavaliers, whatever you want to call them, Carlinville. And so I think that could be a game to watch as well. Also some tidbits to think about throughout the day today. In the 7 o'clock time slot, Griggsville, Perry, and Brown County, Wyatt Lipkeman just 10 points away from his 1,000th career point, which for Wyatt Lipkeman, it's usually about a first half. So that will be something to watch for as well. And then anytime you get to see West Central play in their own tournament, it's always a pleasure as well. And a team that really, unless things go haywire for them, has a really good shot of winning this 101st Winchester Invitational Tournament. But that's just what it looks like on paper, and they play it on the court and not on paper. And we've seen upsets. We've seen teams who are heavily favored come in and maybe lay an egg from time to time. And you just never know what happens when they pack in here to the bleachers at the Winchester Elementary School Gymnasium. Glad you've joined us here this morning. We'll have all 26 games throughout the week on Central Illinois Sports, only possible because of the great sponsors who help bring the games to you each and every time we go live. And we'll hear from some of those folks right now as we pause on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show.
Best Systems Insulators offer insulation for homes and commercial buildings throughout Central Illinois and the surrounding areas. We take great care to ensure that the insulation products we use are the best fit for our clients and their project. We understand that different buildings have different needs and that each of our clients has a unique set of goals. Let us work with you to find the best solution for your next project. Call Best Systems Insulators at 217-285-6005. That's 285-6005. Or visit them online at GoBestSystems.com.
At the First National Bank of Beardstown, you come first. We're dedicated to helping you in any way we can with a full line of financial products delivered by caring, experienced professionals. With locations in Beardstown, Murrayville, and Winchester, we're here to serve the region with your banking needs. Contact our Winchester location at 217-742-3134 or visit us online at bankingyoufirst.com. The First National Bank of Beardstown, Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Kate Marable, real estate broker with Hometown Real Estate, would like to say good luck to all area teams and hopes everyone has a successful and healthy season. When you're in the market for a new home or would like to sell your home, be sure to call Kate Marable. Kate is a lifelong resident of the area and has experience in first-time home buyers, FHA, USDA, and VA loans. Call Kate Marable at 217-370-9809. That's 370-9809 for Kate Marable and Hometown Real Estate. Cedar Lake Campground has been owned and operated by the Kramberg family for over 50 years. Located off of Highway 24 between Coatesburg and Camp Point, Cedar Lake Campground is a quiet family campground that you're sure to enjoy. With 60 RV spots with water and electric and our 5-acre lake, it's a perfect spot for a weekend spent fishing, spending time with family, and enjoying the great outdoors. Find out more about Cedar Lake Campground on Facebook or call 217-455-4602.
Here in Pittsfield, we're focused on maintaining a healthy, diverse economic base to increase opportunities for our residents. Economic factors greatly affect a community's overall potential, and we strive to continue our prosperous culture. The availability of both commercial and industrial employment centers and new lucrative entrepreneurship opportunities are major assets for growth and development here in Pittsfield. In addition to providing employment and income to people, Pittsfield also boasts several tax incentive districts to further facilitate economic growth. Examples of growth and success can be seen throughout Pittsfield. Pittsfield is located within Pike County and widely known for the abundance of white-tailed deer, and is also home to companies that have capitalized from the region's natural resources. Located over on Madison Street, Whitetail Properties is a major local and international employer that truly embodies the local and economic spirit of Pittsfield. State-of-the-art communications and telecommuting are available here. Be sure to catch their televised series throughout the week on the Sportsman Channel. Come grow and be a part of something great in Pittsfield, Illinois.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pre-game show. Both teams out on the court warming up in preparation for this first contest. Camp Point Central and Payson Seymour, the 1 versus the 9. You know, there's a lot of people every year, I think they forget about it. It's only been going on for 101 years, but they say, why come that number 1 seed plays at 9 a.m.? Because that's how they schedule it. Except for a couple of years when West Central was pretty good and they got that 1 seed, and then it became the 8:30 game, which I understand as well, by the way, when you're hosting your own tournament and you're trying to have your team play in a prime time spot. But, you know, number 1 seeds have come in here. We've seen upsets in this game. We've seen blowouts in this game. And quite honestly, at 9 o'clock basketball, you'll see all kinds of things in between as well. One of the things you have come to count on at this Winchester Invitational Tournament is the Sports Boosters raffle, and they've got those raffle tickets on sale for you once again. $10 a piece for the raffle tickets, and a plethora of prizes for you to be able to win. 14, in fact, plus the early bird drawing, which will take place at, sometime today. If you don't turn your mic on, Jack, they're never going to hear you, no matter I can hear you or not. Go ahead. $100 every game.
$100 every game.
All right. Plus, in the grand prize game with Bozo the Clown, they'll have the $1,000 cash prize, a weekend stay at the Lake of the Ozarks, a giant Talon 4 bicycle, a Cardinal tickets with a stay at the Drury Hotel, Paul Goldschmidt autographed jersey, a hunting gear package, a half a hog with processing fee, a pellet grill, a PlayStation 5, a half a hog with processing fee, a JBL Party Box 310, Apple AirPod headphones, 50 pounds of beef, and a Yeti cooler. That's probably valued at about $3,000 the way Yeti coolers sell, and an Apple Watch 9. So lots of great opportunities for you to win great prizes from the 101st Winchester Invitational Tournament. Jack, when you come to this gymnasium, into this tournament, there's always a lot of memories here, but let's see how good your memory is. Who won the tournament a year ago? Your long-term memory is better than the short. It was Route.
No, if you would, I was ready to say Route because Route upset somebody, and they were upset about it. That would have been Camp Point Central got upset in the semifinals.
By Route.
Yep.
Rockets are the 4 seed this year, a team that has one of the most outstanding underclassmen, and Bryson Mossman. Really looking forward to seeing him. He put up 40-plus in a double overtime loss at the Waverly tournament. Of course, the tournament champion of Waverly is West Central, and they're playing here in their own tournament. And even though they're seeded second, and by the way, seedings are done about the middle of December, which kind of makes it deceptive. Let's take Camp Point Central, for example. Long football around, obviously won the state championship, started off the basketball season undefeated, so they claimed the 1 seed. West Central, quite honestly, could have easily been the 1 seed. They lost, I think, their first game of the season to Pittsfield the night before the seed meeting, very shorthanded without 2 starters. And, so you can go back and reseed this thing in a number of ways, but the thing about it is now, Jack, it's time to play the games, and those seedings really don't matter.
Yeah, West Central was the 4 seed, I think, at the Waverly tournament, 3 or 4, if I'm not mistaken, and came through. And sometimes being the 1 seed is the curse. At Waverly, especially when you play the 9, the 5, and the 3, it's a little bit different here because you play 1 and 9, and then you play the winner of 8 and 16, and you've got a little advantage in the 1 seed here after playing in the early game. One of the most memorable upsets I've ever seen here. Brussels came in with a ton of talent one year, and Beardstown knocked them off. And, I got to tell you, they dedicated the old gym at Beardstown last night to Bob Hembrough, which was very fitting. I wish Beardstown was still in this tournament. They were kind of the bad guys, the big school, type guy that you like to not like. But they really added something to this and always brought a good crowd. And so, but 3rd year in a row, they've had exactly the same teams that they've had all 3 years, and that's kind of important to that continuity.
You hear a lot about records throughout this tournament, and Kent Coltis is the record and history guru for this Winchester Invitational tournament. And one of those names you've heard for years and years and years, Jack, the most points scored in a tournament, the most threes in a game, John Jandrin. He actually passed away earlier, or late last year, I should say. And so a guy you've heard a lot of names about, and we still send our condolences to his family, but his memory lives on through this Winchester Invitational tournament.
John's big record is 46 points in a game. I think the 2 young men from Carrollton and North Green broke the scoring record, which Brian Dorr held. But John held lots of records. And you know who one of his guards was on that basketball team? Marty Rhodes. They played together in the late 60s. John Jandrin, a guy that a lot of people love to see come to the tournament. And, if you're one of those guys that comes to the tournament that you used to play, I hope you come up and say something to us and let us know when you played. And, by the way, if people wonder if Kent has a lot of records and history, this book's heavy. And you can get a copy of it, I do believe.
I think you can still probably purchase a copy of it. It's numbered pages, and the last page is number 303. So there are quite a few opportunities for you to learn more about 101 years of history of this Winchester Invitational tournament. Hey, do want to tell you something. If you're planning on coming to the tournament, it's a closed-door policy this year when action is going on, and quite honestly, that's because folks have somehow completely become clueless when they attend a basketball game. Actually watched a individual walk right across the middle of the floor last night while the ball was about to be administered, and so they're going to close the doors. That's for the safety of the players. It keeps the sidelines clear and free of debris, and small children and large adults as well. So if you're going to be here, you might want to get here early for your game to make sure you get your seat. And, that's kind of a theme anyway here at the Winchester Invitational Tournament. The crowds do tend to be pretty darn good throughout the week, especially as we get later on that championship side of the bracket. Let's pause here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Around 10 minutes away from tip-off, we'll take a look at the Farm and Home Supply starting lineups next on Central Illinois Sports.
The thing for me that really separates DOT, senior leadership and the owners of the business really focus on employee engagement.
We have some of the best people managers.
The Tracy family, senior leaders throughout the business, really all of our leaders care about the employees that work here.
And that allows for a lot of families to come work at Dot Foods, and I think that's part of it, is being able to have all those different schedules and the flexibility to be able to move things around when life happens.
The heart is the hardest working muscle in your body. If something goes wrong with it, you need a medical team that works just as hard. You need Blessing Health's Open Heart Surgery Team, celebrating 20 years of delivering life-saving care to tri-state residents. Patients and families choose Blessing Health's Open Heart Surgery Team for its experience, quality, and heartwarming compassion. Get the most out of your hard-working heart.
Make your dream kitchen and bath a reality with help from Pike County Lumber. We'll create a design to fit your lifestyle and your needs. Quartz countertops, quality onyx that offers dozens of colors. From start to finish, trust the knowledge and experience at Pike County Lumber.
Griffin Signs and Time at 122 South 9th Street in Quincy is a full-service sign company that can complete any project, from fully wrapping your entire fleet of vehicles, digital signs, storefronts, to creating small banners and signs. The right and professional signage is the difference of getting the job, heading folks in the correct direction to find you, or creating a brand recognition for potential customers. Put the right signs in your customer's mind with Griffin Signs and Time. Call 217-228-7470.
Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in a tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru, 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield.
Since 1921, Farmers State Bank of Camp Point has been a vital part of our community's history. We are proud of our growth, our community leadership, and our success, which is only possible because of all those who shared this journey with us. We are grateful to the generations of loyal customers, families, businesses, employees, officers, and directors who have shaped not only our story, but our entire communities. Thank you. We look forward to serving you and your future generations for the next 100 years. Farmers State Bank and Camp Point. Together, we are a strong, united community.
For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Barry, serving our community with compassion and respect.
Hey, it's the start of the new year, and is one of your New Year's resolutions in order to make your dollar stretch further? Then you don't want to miss the Dollar Day sale at your local Farm Home Supply running January 5th through the 14th.
Here's some of the hottest deals. Get $15 off all Wrangler Retro Denim. We'll give you a free $15 gift card when you purchase any 30-pound or more Purina Pro Plan dog food. Tide Simply Laundry Detergent is only $8. Need a heater? Our most popular milk house heater is only $17. See all the deals and much more right now at farmandhomesupply.com.
Let's take a look at the Farm and Home Supply starting lineups. Of course, they don't do the starting lineups here in the gymnasium on day number one to keep things rolling and on time, but we'll have them for you here. Farm and Home Supply, and just a great selection from everything you're looking for. Power tools, lawn care, hunting equipment, ammunition, and much, much more. Plus a great option for clothing as well for men, women, and kids. All available at your Farm and Home Supply. Find the location nearest you or online at farmandhomesupply.com. The Payson Seymour Indians are 6-13 on the season. Tyler Dushinsky is their head coach. This is their third game in 3 days after a couple pretty good bus trips. One to Calhoun on Thursday, one to Carthage last night. And they'll start the following here today. At a guard, he's a 5'10 junior. That's Lane Barker. At a second guard, the 6'1 junior Brody Deeker. And at the third guard, he's a 6'1 junior Blake Schwartz. At a forward, he is a 6'1 sophomore Nolan Sparks. And at the other forward, the 6'3 senior Wyatt Nyson. Nyson, Sparks, Schwartz, Deeker, and Barker for Payson Seymour. For Camp Point Central, the Panthers and James Barnett are 11-3 on the season, although they've had a little bit of a struggle finding a win here in the last couple of games, mostly because they played some pretty darn good competition. They'll start the following. At a guard, a 6' senior, that's Nick Moore. At a second guard, a 5'8 senior, Caden Lohmeyer. And at the third guard is the 5'8 senior, Drew Pavin. At a forward, he's the 6'1 junior, Elijah Genenbacher. And at the other forward is the 6'2 senior, Gavin Blewett. Blewett, Genenbacher, Pavin, Lohmeyer, and Moore for the 11-3 and number one seeded Camp Point Central Panthers. That's a look at the Farm and Home Supply starting lineups for you here on Central Illinois Sports. Keys to the game in this one, first of all, Payson Seymour. Jack, when they're hitting shots, this is a dangerous, dangerous team. They've got Lane Barker. They've got young Mr. Schwartz. They've got Sparks. They've got kids that can shoot it. They just haven't been able to find that consistency yet this season that we saw them a year ago. By the way, this is a Payson Seymour program that lost 10 games in a row and won 10 games in a row last season. So this team is far from out of it, even though their record only 6-13 on the year.
Never forget Blake Swartz against the state champion Waterloo Jabot squad down at Calhoun Sectional, put up around 30. And we've seen a lot of kids from Payson over the years. And then a freshman or a sophomore will pop out of nowhere and do the very same thing.
For Camp Point Central, big key for them every game, and I mean a lot of teams, but especially when you're not very deep in the bench, is staying out of foul trouble. They're not very big, they're not very deep, but this is the team that is very competitive and very quick and really locks it down on the defensive side.
I said to Gavin Blewett, come here. I want to see you play in the second quarter. And his coach said, hey, Gavin, I want to see you play in the second quarter. That means don't make dumb fouls in the first quarter and have to sit on the bench.
We are 3 minutes away from tip-off, a final break on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. We tip off the 101st edition of the Winchester Invitational Tournament next on Central Illinois Sports.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC.
The Liquor Booth is your home for a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. The Liquor Booth has 2 locations in Quincy, 3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
Stotzi Automotive and Tire, located at 201 Adams Street in Camp Point, Illinois, is your local automotive repair shop. Whether you need an oil change, brake job, alignment, engine repair, or new tires, Stotzi Automotive is here with honest and competitive pricing. Call Reagan and his team today to schedule your appointment. 217-740-5010. That's 217-740-5010 for Stotzi Automotive and Tire.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times. And Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
I'm Chris Nichols with PCRE Real Estate and Auction here in Pittsfield. For 15 years now, I've been specializing in selling farmland and hunting properties, along with homes and commercial real estate. Whether it's helping a seller get a premium price out of their home or assisting a buyer to find the farm of their dreams, I pride myself on providing elite customer service. Give me a call today at 217-473-3777 if I can help with any of your real estate needs. Or feel free to jump on our website at pcrerealestate.com.
Welcome back to Winchester. Just moments away from this tip-off. Of course, they'll have the national anthem before game number 1. So we'll have that for you from the United States Army Band and Choir. We'll have tip-off next on Central Illinois Sports.
so good. I mean, dude.
Welcome back on Central Illinois Sports. As always, we thank Great Rivers Bank for being our pre-game sponsor. And we're just about ready for game number 1 of the 101st Winchester Invitational Tournament between Payson Seymour, the 9 seed, and the number 1 seeded Camp Point Central Panthers. Alongside John and Jack Hall, I'm Charlie Hall. People forget from year to year they don't do the starting lineups here at the gymnasium. And in the words of the soon-to-be NFL MVP, Dak Prescott. Yeah, here we go.
Here we go. He ain't the MVP. Well, he could be. A year ago, the number 1 team, I'm trying to think who it was, because this gym was pretty well packed. Not a bad crowd for a 9 o'clock in the morning game, and we are glad to be your broadcast source for all 26 games of the tournament. You can't do them all if you don't do the first one.
Was it Camp Point Central, the 1 seed last year? Didn't Route beat them?
No, they were not the 1 seed.
Huh?
It's the first time they've ever been the 1 seed.
Oh, okay. Blewett will jump in the center for Camp Point Central against Nyson. These kids are very well familiar with one another and like to compete in just about anything they do. Tanner Crumwoody, Shiloh Savage, and Dave Bishop are officials, and the tip is up and controlled by Camp Point Central.
Drew Payson said, I know which way we're going, and he tried to get to the basket.
Ball on the right-hand side comes to Nick Moore over to Pavin left wing against the man-to-man pressure of Payson Seymour to start the contest. Pavin trying to get free of the long arm, Blake Schwartz. Right side now to Lohmeyer. Kicks to the wing, and Pavin going to let it fly from downtown off the back iron, no good. And Sparks grabs the rebound for Payson Seymour. Indians turn away Camp Point Central on their first attack of the day and have the ball wearing the blue road uniforms today here at the Winchester Invitational Tournament.
Central's not been shooting the 3 very well right now, so they're going to have to get that back under it.
Out top, Deeker with the basketball. Looks on the left-hand side. That's to Barker. Hands it off to Sparks. Free throw line, Nyson. Nyson going to go to work in the paint. Little up and under move and gets it to go. Wyatt Nyson puts the Indians on the board, and they lead 2-0 on the PCRE scoreboard.
These kids are good at using the high window, aren't they? All over the area.
Right side, Moore going to catch and launch a 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound on the play down to Schwartz. As the Indians have an upset in mind here in this 9 a.m. contest. Sparks brings it across the center circle. Guarded there by Lohmeyer. Right side, Barker going to feed the post to Nyson. Kicks it back out to Barker on the right side. You can tell they're really going to try to get the ball down low to Nyson early. Now, Schwartz for a 3. It clangs off the rim, no good. Nobody dialing from distance right now, and the rebound down to Moore. Into the front court with it is Pavin. Dribble drive. Ooh, spin move to the rim. Left hand can't finish. And the rebound to Nyson. Great move.
Great move. Just needed the backboard for help.
Well, just got a little too far underneath, I think, that front end of the rim. 6 minutes, 5 seconds to play here in period number 1.
Really bright in here now with those new lights.
Yeah, it is. Left side, Sparks going to try the 3. It's no good. And we're still seeing 0-4 distance in this game. Right side, Moore to Pavin. He'll take it out top on the dribble. Give it off to Lohmeyer, a little 3-guard weave. Now Moore, little jab step drive, looks for Pavin underneath. Says, what am I supposed to do under here? On the right side to Blewett for a 3, no good. And the rebound to Sparks. Central still trying to get the lid off of their basket with 5:35 to play here in the game's opening quarter.
4 boards for Payson in the early going. There's been lots to be had.
Deeker tries the drive, now kicks it out front to Barker. On the left side, Schwartz. Camp Point Central, I mean, anytime the 1-9 at 9 a.m., it's always kind of a dangerous trap game, but you couldn't have been thrilled to see Payson Seymour. You know the type of talent this team possesses, even though that record might not really match up at this point in time. This is a team that could, like they did last year, get hot and really go on a run.
I think the 8 and the 9 are better than some of the seeds in front of them.
Could be. Here's Nyson underneath, and he traveled.
First turnover of the ball game. They're really trying to get Blewett in foul trouble in the early going. Into the game comes Nicholas Boone.
He'll sit down Brody Deeker with 5:02 to play in the first. 2-0 Payson Seymour here in the top of the first quarter. Pavin with it on the bounce out front. Ball worked to the corner. Lohmeyer skips it across the top to Pavin. Hands it to Moore. You look at a couple of these Camp Point Central guys, like Pavin, for example, and go, How is he so good at football? I mean, he was quick, but, man, he is not very big, Jeff.
No, he's not big, but he has got the heart of a giant.
Here's Blewett on a nice move down low. Can't finish at the rim, and the rebound down to Nyson, his second. He'll turn and walk the ball toward the front court as Payson continues to pitch the shutout.
I was teasing about saran wrap on the rims in the early going. They may be there.
Right side with it is Schwartz. He'll try the drive to the baseline. Now caught there by Moore. Bounce pass goes off of Nyson's foot and out of bounds. And unless he had hands on his feet, he wasn't going to catch that one. Turnover number 2 as Jordan Martin checks into the game for Payson Seymour, replacing Barker.
After Christmas, we've seen more of those passes that are like that on the ankles. I don't know what somebody thought they got for Christmas, but it wasn't that.
They're 2 front teeth. Maybe not a good two-handed pass. Here's a pass back to the corner and Moore. Drives baseline up and the finger roll over the rim in for 2. And this game's tied at 2 points apiece. Nick Moore, a 4-year starter for this Camp Point Central squad, and he really can do it all.
Rout was the 1 seed last year, according to Matt Seelock. Thank you, Matt.
So it wasn't an upset. You just thought it was. Here's a ball stolen away now by Moore. Has Blewett leading the charge into the front court. He'll go up and put it in for 2. And a lead for Camp Point Central, 4-2. Their first lead of the contest on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. Sparks to the wing left side, finds Nyson. On the drive against Lohmeyer, has a height advantage, but will shovel it off to Martin out top. Right back to Nyson. Kind of thought they might ISO on this side. Now a pull-up jump shot. Wyatt Nyson finds the nylon and ties the game up at 4 points apiece. All 4 for Nyson in the early going for the Seymour High Indians. 3 minutes to play in this first quarter.
You're going to have contested shots on both sides because these guys are playing the D.
Here's Moore, drives the lane again, hangs in the air, gets it to go, and he's got a quick 4 and gives Central the 2-point lead again. Entertaining game here in the first of this 101st Winchester Invitational Tournament.
Somebody woke Steve Luton up early.
Yeah, they get that extra cup of coffee. Now here's Schwartz on the drive. His shot no good. Foul, but he'll head to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Lohmeyer is going to pick up the foul, the first foul on the Panthers of the day, and the first foul of the ball game comes at the 2:35 mark. To the free throw line goes Blake Schwartz. That family's had some good basketball players. First one up and good.
If you bet the over on when the first foul was going to be called in this game, Jack, I believe you should cash your ticket at the window.
That is factual. Blake is a talented shooter. When we saw him over at Berry in the Youth League, I never would have thought it, but he's worked hard. Second one up, also good. Tied at 6. 2, 4, and 6.
2, 4, 6, 8. Could happen. Ginnenbacher with it on the left side. Speaking of kids, when you look at him, you go, how good was a pretty good football player in his own right.
How about the knee camp boy?
Here's Blewett down low. Sporting the flowing locks and a turnover here. Schwartz picked it away.
First turnover on the Panthers.
Kind of pestered by Moore into the front court, so had to slow down the fast break opportunity.
Check for another lead change.
Here's a ball now a little behind Deeker and out of bounds, and that will be a turnover as into the contest for Central comes Cole Peterson, the 6-foot senior. Sits down Blewett for the first time. 2:07 to play in the first, and the game knotted at 6 points apiece.
Thank you for joining us today. We appreciate it. We're going to bring you them all 8 of them today. I'm going home early. The rest of them will be here, though.
Here's Payson, left side. Good look. 3, no good. Rebound on the offensive side comes down to Camp Point Central's knee camp, but he couldn't control. Let's not give that a rebound. Let's just say he couldn't control, and it's out of bounds to Payson Seymour as Nyson checks back in for the Indians and sits Schwartz to the bench for a bit of a rest.
You look at Niekamp and Ginnenbacher, the top 2 tacklers on the football team. Neither one of them is tall, but Elijah's really starting to lengthen out. Caden says he'd like to be 6'4". If he does, he's playing in the NFL, folks.
Bold prediction. Right side, Nyson.
He's that good.
Right wing over to Barker. Been a close contest throughout, tied at 6. Low scoring, not that surprising at 9 a.m. Deeker on the ball, hand up, looks down low. Ooh, good find to Barker, got too far underneath, but is fouled on the play by Moore, and 2 shots coming up here for Lane Barker.
Nick Moore picks up his first, team second. Barker to the free throw line. Lane's looking for his first points of the night. 5'10" junior. Averages about 7 points a game. The lefty. Got real quiet here. 1:23 left in the first. Looking for a lead change would be our second. And there it is. Barker makes the first.
Tiger on the approach.
That's right.
Shooting 2 under for the day.
We became golf announcers. You're going to probably expect us to do that one of these days.
Golf requires 2 things. And broadcasting it is very difficult.
Barker, left, up, in and out, no good. Rebound comes off to Ginnenbacher.
The likelihood of being tied at 8 now is not very high with 1:18 to play in the first. It's 7-6. Pavement, right side Moore. Works off the little screen, drives inside, floater up, no good. Might have been fouled, no call. And the rebound to Wyatt Nyson is third. Nyson will bring it toward the front court for the blue-clad Indians. I really like these uniforms for Payson Seymour. They're sharp. Ball on the right side comes to Martin. Out top Barker with under a minute to play in the first. Ball handoff on the left side goes to a new young man into the game wearing 15. No, I don't have. Into the front court it goes to Moore. He put up a runner up and good off of the points off of the turnovers and makes it 8-7. Lead change back to Camp Point Central, and Jack will check with the cameraman to his left here in a moment about number 15. 33 seconds to play in the first. He doesn't know. He just goes to school with it. Out top of the ball, stolen away. No, a timeout going to be called for Payson Seymour just in the nick of time. A timeout and an Adams Network timeout. We're back with you with 29.7 seconds to play in the first on Central Illinois Sports. Back after the timeout and possession-saving timeout by Payson Seymour. Nashton Wright is the young man wearing number 15 for the Seymour High Indians. He's into the contest. Now he's sitting down. Nashton, it was good to have you, though, while you were there.
Always remember, West Pike put a guy in that we didn't have a number, and he scored 24 in the first half.
Was it Anthony Barres?
It was not. It was the young man who was later the economic development guy from Barry for a while.
Oh, okay.
And he scored 24.
Here's a drive inside, little backdoor cut up and good. Makes it 9-8 Payson Seymour. Pavement on the end of the front court is fouled.
Lead change is our second. Shiloh Savage will tell us, and the foul is on Nolan Sparks. It'll be his first. First on Payson in the ball game. 2.5 seconds left in the quarter. Central's going to have to do it quick.
Trying to beat a buzzer here. Ooh, there's more on the inbounds. It'll fade away. Can't get it to go. And quarter number 1 comes to a close. Entertaining contest so far on Central Illinois Sports. Payson Seymour on top of Camp Point Central, 9-8.
At Farmers State Bank, we believe in community, teamwork, and success. We're thrilled to announce that we've been named the best place to work in Illinois and the best community bank in America this year. Join us on this winning team where your dreams take center court at Farmers State Bank. We're a team. Discover the difference. The best place to bank, the best place to work. Because when our community wins, we all win. Where community, excellence, and opportunity come together. Farmers State Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
At Full Throttle Parts, we do spray-on bed liners, a brand called Patriot Liner. It is very elite. It actually enhances the resale value of anything you put it on or off-road.
Go Full Throttle!
Go Full Throttle.
Back with you in quarter number 2. Payson Seymour 9, Camp Point Central 8. And Jack, not a high-scoring game, but an entertaining close contest so far.
Payson 3 of 6 from the field, 0 of 2 from the arc, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Panthers have put up twice as many shots, but they're 4 of 12, 0 of 4, and have not shot a free throw. It will be Payson basketball as we start the second quarter. 2 lead changes, tied at 2, 4, and 6. We will not be tied at 8. I can promise you that. But 10's still a possibility.
That is the truth. Camp Point Central trying to avoid the early upset here. Payson Seymour trying to say, hey, we're better than a 9 seed, folks. And the Indians have the basketball to start quarter number 2.
Got 2 sides of the rivers in the rating there, and the They kind of stick together when they rate.
Barker with the basketball. He'll work it to Nyson. Joined out there by Schwartz, Sparks, and Deeker. Their original starters for Payson Seymour. Nyson bounces the ball in the paint. Deeker turnaround shot, got too deep, hit it off the side of the backboard. Blewett with the rebound for Camp Point Central. Blewett is out there along with Niekamp, Pabin, Moore, and Lohmeyer. 4 of the 5 starters for Camp Point Central. They traded one curly-headed kid for another. Left side, Pabin. He'll try the 3. Good look and knocks it down. Pabin with the tray. And gives Central an 11-9 lead. Score another one for the curly-headed kids.
Third lead change in the ball game. I'm kind of curly-headed.
I don't think
let
so.
anybody know it.
And there's a foul out front by Drew Pabin. And on the reach, tried to be a little too aggressive that time.
His first for the team in the second quarter, and this wonderful rule change we started the season with 5 fouls in a quarter. Can I tell you, NFHS, probably another one of those kind of dumb things, because it really hasn't helped the game at all that I could see.
Makes it a lot more like the women's college game.
Boy, that's what we were looking for.
Once you add that shot clock and get rid of the 10-second call in the backcourt, which is probably both coming, probably what we'll have. Here's Dyson caught him an off-balance shot, no good. 4 white jerseys to grab a rebound, and Moore did. Into the front court for Camp Point Central. Leaves it to Pabin. Bounce pass out top now. Lohmeyer finds Moore on the wing. Back to Caden Lohmeyer. One of the few guys that wasn't on the football team that plays basketball here.
Hey, Nyson seems to be guarding everybody.
He's a big, strong athlete, isn't he?
He's
Moves
a
well.
good-looking athlete. Yes, he is.
Here's Moore going to try to shoot it from downtown too hard. And the rebound down to Deeker. Deeker will bring it into the front court for Payson Seymour. Down by 2.
Remember the arms his brother had.
Here's a 3 now from Lane Barker. No good. Kept it alive, did Nyson, and Barker will run down the rebound.
Offensive rebound, and what do we got? Foul on the play goes against Lohmeyer. It'll be his second, team second of the quarter. Here comes a couple of changes. One of them, for the first time today, wearing the number 30.
It's Cole Peterson. He's been in before, and also into the contest comes Ginnenbacher.
Forgot Cole joined us late, even though he played a couple years ago.
Inbounds pass is not touched and will be out of bounds at the same spot right here as a turnover.
Okay. 5th turnover on Payson, 1 on Central. 11-9 Central lead, 6:06 left in the half on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. Yeah, Chris Durer got up early. He always does, too.
Hair looks good as well. Right side with it is nice.
Not curly. Not curly.
He'll give it over in the corner to Ginnenbacher. At top, Pabin now. Panthers a 2-point lead and the basketball here in quarter number 2. Even the scoreboard says 1, and we got to get that changed because I'm just like Ron Burgundy. I'll read anything that's on the board. Down low, Blewett, turnaround shot, smoothie, silky, smooth, how about smoothie silk? Whatever you want to say, he's got another basket and makes it 13-9, a 4-point lead. He's got 4.
First mullet basket of the quarter, since we're talking about hair.
He has the early lead in the mullet challenge here at the 101st Winchester Invitational Tournament.
I don't know who else will be participating this year.
Well, I don't either, but
Brighton Klingel might walk in to watch the game.
I bet you there will be another one. Here's a ball nearly stolen away, loose under the basket. Nyson picks it up and says, I'll take 2.
He's got 6.
Makes it 13-11. Right side, Moore for a 3. From the wing, catches on rhythm and knocks it down.
Give him 9.
16-11, and if Nick Moore gets going, he's one of the tougher guys to guard in the area.
Biggest lead of the ball game right now for either team.
As Camp Point Central started making some of those shots, and now double dribbling going to be called on Barker, as they'll say that he got a little bit of a carry that time. 4:42 to play in the first.
One of the things you see is that pressure by the guards of Camp Point Central starting to pay off with now 6 turnovers on Payson.
Here's a drive by Moore, kicks to the wing, Ginnenbacher, good look, 3, air ball. Out of bounds, it'll be off of the man who's laying on the ground, that's Barker. He said, I don't know how I got here, but I somehow had the ball go off.
Gavin Blewett said that guy fell down right there.
There's a stick there. Somebody should move it.
Defensive back, safety. He was making him safe.
Moore catches 3 on the way, no good. And on the rebound over the back is Peterson.
Peterson picks up his first foul of the game, 3rd in the quarter against the Panthers.
4:29 to play in the first half. 5-point lead for Camp Point Central. Basketball to Payson Seymour.
write Cole on your card, too?
I have him on mine.
Well, that was nice of you.
How do we have two different cards? Here's a drive in by Nyson, and he gets a little hop, skip, and a jump, and a travel is called.
Let me see that card.
Right here. Number 30, Cole Peterson, 6-foot senior.
I've got the old card.
Catcher on the baseball team.
Yep.
Good player. 1-2-2 pressure now by Camp Point Central, or excuse me, by Payson Seymour on Central. Ball down low. Moore finds Ginnebacher, and they'll say he was bumped and fouled on the floor. Shot does not count.
Foul's going to go against Nice, and it'll be his first, just his second foul on Payson in the ball game. The other one on Nolan Sparks.
4 minutes to play in the half. Here's Blewett underneath. Turnaround shot, hangs in the air, gets it to go. Shows the springs that time, and it makes it a 7-point lead.
He gets high, does he not?
I believe they have some sort of a program at Camp Point Central that works on that sort of thing. I'm not sure who runs it. Down low, Nyson going to call that an offensive foul as Blewett hangs in and takes the charge. They'll say Nyson lowered the shoulder here, as you'll see it on the Northwestern Mutual instant replay.
I think it was a good call on the play. Nyson second. Team second of the quarter. Nyson sits down, as does Barker, and those are big people sitting down. Talented.
Boone is back into the game, as is Martin. Little 1-2-2 in the half court now for Payson Seymour as well. Blewett on the baseline. Works out top to Pavement. Right side Moore lets it fly from distance. No good. And the rebound out of bounds. Last touch by Gavin Blewett. It'll be Payson Seymour basketball, length of the court to go.
Gavin said if that guy would have been on the floor, I think he'd have knocked that one out.
That's right. 3:20 to play in the half. Been a little bit of a scoring drought here for the Seymour Indians. They led 9-8 after one quarter and have been outscored 10-2 here in the second.
James Barnett does a good job of changing things when he needs to.
Here's a three by Sparks, no good. Rebound, Boone over the back.
Boone's going to pick up the foul. That's Nicholas, not Daniel. His first, team third. Nicholas is a very well-built young man. I don't know if he played football or not, but Nicholas, I advise you to get a hold of the Minden Unity football coach. Volunteer.
That was Davy Crockett. Into the front court, over and back is Pavement and never established in the front court. And a turnover on Camp Point Central is just their second of the day. They don't turn the ball over a ton, does this Camp Point Central squad. And that's because they have two guards that have been playing varsity basketball for 4 years for Nick Moore, 3 for Drew Pavement. Those guys that handle it well. Ball knocked out of bounds. Stays with Payson Seymour on the sideline opposite the scorer's table here at the Winchester Elementary School Gymnasium.
I have to tease Elijah Ginnebacher. He kind of, we knew they were going to miss Isaac, but Elijah kind of made you forget Isaac had played. But in basketball, he's got a little ways to go.
Here's a spin move by Schwartz. Defender went flying, and he's up and in for 2.
It gave him a good view of watching that layup go in, though.
I don't believe he fouled him.
No contact.
Might have been a flop. Pavement with it out top. Reverses the ball over to Elijah Ginnebacher in the corner to Moore. Skips it across to Pavement. Sets up, lets it go, and it's too long. Peterson with the offensive rebound and then travels.
Peterson took a step. He might have got by with a little push ahead of that on the rebound.
They won't let you try to block an extra point getting that kind of leverage, will they?
No.
Here comes Barker back into the game. Boone sits down for Payson Seymour, trying to make a little run here in the last 2 minutes and 22 seconds of the second quarter. Down by 5. Ball now stolen away as Schwartz, a little nonchalant. Ball stolen by Moore. Shot put up no good. And let's play on here. Schwartz into the front court now. He'll pull up for a 3, no good. And Moore gets the rebound.
You blocked Moore in that situation. You made a nice play.
Here's Moore on a drive. Works it out top to Pavement. Gets the ball reversed over to Ginnebacher. Long skip pass Moore. On the baseline drive. Kicks it out top. Ginnebacher, good look 3. Can't connect. And Blake Schwartz has the rebound for Payson Seymour. His second. He'll slow the pace down a bit. Walk it toward the half-court line with 1:35 to play here in the first half. Schwartz. Right side Barker. Out top to Sparks. Gets it over to Martin, who nearly lost it out of bounds. Has to save it in, and it's run down by Lane Barker. In the corner, Schwartz, he'll get a good look from downtown. Rims in and out, no good. And on the rebound, we'll see a 2-point takedown by Drew Payson.
Payton's going to pick up his second foul of the ball game. 4th team foul. And I don't know who he fouled, but they went down hard. Nyson going to come back in the game with 2 fouls. Sitting down is Jordan Martin. Try to get him in there on the offensive side and then try to work him back out, I would think. Payton playing with 2. Ball comes back in to Schwartz.
1:10 to play in the half. Point Central looked like they were going to try to pull away a little bit, but Payson Seymour not ready to go away just yet. Nyson with it with a minute to play in this first half. Hands it off on the left side. Schwartz trying to find that distance. No good. Rebound loose and a foul on the rebound. I believe this will be against Peterson, but let's wait and see.
I think Blewett's going to get it.
Blewett, You're right.
Yep, Blewett's going to pick up the foul, his first, team 5th. Put him to the line to shoot a pair. 52.3 seconds left in the half, 18-13. Free throws by Nolan Sparks. Sparks looking for his first points on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. First one up is good.
Line Express here to serve you with walk-in medical care when you need it. Open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. every Monday through Saturday. Illini Express sees patients ages 18 months and older with no appointments necessary at their new location on the main campus of Illini Community Hospital in Pittsfield.
Second one up also good. Free throws have been the friend of Payson. They're 5 of 6.
Makes it 18-15 with 47 seconds to play in the first half.
4-0 run.
Central's not shot it extremely well from the 3.
No, they have not.
And now here's a steal by Nyson. Takes it away. Pushes into the front court. Sparks. Quick pass down to Barker, who puts it up and in for 2. And it's a 1-point game. 18-17. 30 seconds to play in the half. An upset-minded Seymour Indian squad. Payton, shovel pass into the front court to Ginnenbacher. Out of a double team over the top to Moore. Looks to the bench for the play call with 17 seconds to play in the half. Right side Moore, Payton, now Ginnenbacher. Gets it to Blewett in the corner. Out top Moore from the volleyball line. Lob into Blewett, who puts it up and in for 2. Makes it 20-17. Half court shot Schwartz at the buzzer. Hits the light. That's why it fell so short. And that ends the half. We head to the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Good contest here from the 101st Winchester Invitational Tournament. Camp Point Central leads Payson Seymour 20-17.
Here at Little Jess, we value hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership. We have a respect for heritage and tradition and believe in the pursuit of building legacies, breaking records, and putting forth award-winning results. That's why supporting schools and local teams is one of our favorite and most exciting parts of our business. For over 7 decades, we strive daily to use those same values as a foundation to meet our community's automotive needs and support our future generations. Little Jess Motors, serving our community since 1969.
I'm Chris Nichols with PCRE Real Estate and Auction here in Pittsfield. For 15 years now, I've been specializing in selling farmland and hunting properties, along with homes and commercial real estate. Whether it's helping a seller get a premium price out of their home or assisting a buyer to find the farm of their dreams, I pride myself on providing elite customer service. Give me a call today at 217-473-3777 if I can help with any of your real estate needs. Or feel free to jump on our website at pcrerealestate.com.
From bag to field to bin, Prairieland FS is your home for quality seed. We treat it right here at one of our local facilities, deliver it right to your farm, and then provide the propane to fuel your bins. Have confidence in what you're putting in your engine with our energy specialist. They're focused on maximizing power, fuel efficiency, and engine protection to keep you going. We're neighbors serving neighbors. Prairieland FS, your leading supplier of choice.
Press Yours On You would like to wish all the area teams the best of luck this year. If you're looking to get your team shirts or just looking for spirit wear for yourself, remember Press Yours On You. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space in our shop. Stop by and see us and check out our offerings. Business lets us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Thank you to everyone in our community for the support over the last 16 years. Thank you for supporting local. Press Yours On You, 506 West Wood, Camp Point, Illinois. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fmbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. It's a 2017 lead for Camp Point Central on top of Payson Seymour here at the halftime break. Halftime stats brought to you in part by Bowlers Universe. Open Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Fridays until midnight. Saturdays 4 to midnight. They offer a great menu, burgers and fries and specialty pizzas, and a great selection of craft beers. Check it out at Bowlers Universe in Pittsfield.
It was 9-8 Payson after one quarter, 20-17 here at halftime. Turnovers, 4 on Camp Point Central, 9 on Payson Seymour. Payson with one guy with 2 fouls. That's Wyatt Nice, and single fouls on Nolan Sparks and on Nicholas Boone. On the other side for Camp Point Central, they have 2 fouls on Caden Lohmeyer, 2 on Drew Pabin, single fouls on Cole Peterson, Gavin Blewett, and Nick Moore. It is a 20-17 lead for the Panthers. Shooting percentages, individual scoring, and more come your way on the Little Jess Motor halftime show.
Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Dear Wester Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dear Wester Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dear Wester Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Wester Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwestergrain.com. Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon boys. To get it right the first time, no job too big. Have you seen Braden and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, couldn't resist. Call Braden at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family.
Little Jess, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, Quincy, Illinois, across from Quincy High School. LittleJessMotor.com, our halftime sponsor. 20-17, Panthers with the lead. Payson shooting 6 of 17, 35%. Here's a big one, 0 of 8 from the arc. That's unusual for them. 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 83%. 6 points apiece for Wyatt Nice and Blake Swartz. 2 points for Nolan Sparks and 3 for Lane Barker. On the Panthers side, 9 of 23, 39%, 2 of 11 from the 3, 18%. Haven't shot a free throw. And 9 points from Nick Moore, 8 from Gavin Blewett, and a 3 from Drew Pabin is their scoring in the first half. 20-17, Panthers lead the Indians. We're back with more on the halftime show after these.
Welcome to Douglas Automotive and Tire, your expert truck and car repair center in Pittsfield, Illinois. We provide full service from oil changes to new tires and everything in between. Contact us today to schedule service. We're located at 303 West Jefferson Street in Pittsfield, Illinois. Call 217-922-0064. That's 217-922-0064. Britton and the gang know cars, and if you need repairs, call Douglas Automotive today for all your repairs.
Jersey's World! Jersey's World! Party time! Excellent! Party on, James! Party on, Todd!
Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, where you can find the best burgers, sandwiches, and steaks, all locally sourced from GJY Beef Company.
We love beer! We love beer!
Ice cold draft beer. Enjoy one of our many craft selections on the patio. All at Jersey's Bar and Grill, 109 East Jefferson, Camp Point, Illinois.
United Community Bank has been serving our community in banking since 1973 and is a proud member of the Pittsfield Strong United community. UCB brings you the latest banking technology, security, and convenience you expect, delivered with friendly local service you deserve from your community bank. UCB invites you to stop in for a visit at No. 1 Professional Plaza in Pittsfield, or you can find them online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank, the leader of community banking, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Sign up for a Saki Rewards debit card. The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and will carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517. When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Even though Payson Seymour hasn't been able to connect from downtown, they only trail by 3 here to the number 1 seeded Camp Point Central Panthers at the halftime break on the Little Jazz Motors halftime show. Camp Point Central saw a stretch where it looked like they were going to kind of pull away, but just to see Payson Seymour come back and close it to 3 at the half. Should be a great second half. We hope you'll stay tuned on Central Illinois Sports.
GSI grain bins are built using the highest strength steel available. This allows you to store more grain to maximize your profitability and efficiency. Buy one now and receive our winter discount program. Mixer Lumber Company, your GSI grain bin dealer.
Sports families, come check out Central Valley Sports, the new facility in town. Located 3 miles south of Winchester at 520 Winchester Glasgow Road. Batting cages, pitching mounds, pitching machines, and more. Open to all ages and skill levels. The facility is available for team rental, individual membership, and family memberships. Be sure to check out the Central Valley Sports Facebook page for more information and stay up to date on individual lessons and camps offered throughout the year.
The Bank of Bluffs and the Meridosha Community Bank, with 2 locations to serve you in Bluffs and Meridosha. My wife and I have a long history with the Bank of Bluffs and its friendly staff. When we have needed a friend in the banking world, the Bank of Bluffs has always been in the right place for us. The Bank of Bluffs, the small town bank with a big heart for customers. Plus, you are dealing with your friends and neighbors every day. Why be a number when the Bank of Bluffs will treat you with respect and as a friend? The Bank of Bluffs and the Meridosha Community Bank, member FDIC.
Thank you to Little Jazz Motors, as always, for being our halftime sponsor here on Central Illinois Sports. Good contest here, 2017. The lead for Camp Point Central on top of Payson Seymour. Central will have the ball to start this third quarter, and I think we're going to see a tight one. This one could come down to the wire, Jack.
Well, you know Payson's going to start hitting some threes, so the Panthers are going to have to make some things happen, and they have shot 11 threes, just made 2 of them, and that's the difference maker in this one right now is one of those threes, 20-17. Panther basketball, third quarter action, first game of 8 coming your way. Here's Charlie.
Panthers start the second half the same way they started the first, with Ginnenbacher, Moore, Payson, Lohmeyer, and Blewett. Camp Point Central with the basketball against the defensive pressure of Payson Seymour, who starts the second half in a man-to-man. Out front with a Ginnenbacher, works the ball on the right wing. That's to Payson. To Moore, top of the key. Hands to Lohmeyer. I believe James Barnett might have said at halftime, hey, maybe let's not look for the first shot. Let's find the best shot we can, because I think Moore would have fired that one off that screen earlier. Here's Payson on a little pull-up J. No good, and Barker has the rebound. Barker, Nyson, Sparks, Schwartz, and Deeker to start the second half for Payson Seymour, original starters for both teams.
Watching Brian Shoemaker do the West Hancock Central game the other night, I know Elijah Ginnenbacher shot quite a few threes, so apparently he has the ability to make them.
Now he swipes at the ball, nearly gets a steal. Ball secured. Schwartz, left side 3 for the tie, no good, but he's fouled, and he will shoot all 3 of them here.
And who will they call that one on?
Lohmeyer.
Lohmeyer's going to pick it. So it's going to be ball out of bounds. It will not be on the shot. Lohmeyer's going to pick up his first team foul, and Caden Niekamp into the game.
So the first time we've seen Niekamp and Ginnenbacher together on the floor. Inbounds pass comes to Barker. Not that they're really in foul trouble is Camp Point Central, but a couple of key guys with 2 fouls as now Niekamp gets the steal. But a third foul here on any of those guys really would test the Panthers here in the third. Moore kicks to the wing and Genenbacher. Out top, Payson to Moore. Had to dust himself off after getting knocked to the court. Here's Blewett on a baseline shot. He'll put it up and in for two.
He's got 10.
22-17. 6:35 to play in the third.
Got a nice shot from 10 foot in.
Well, and that's the thing about Gavin Blewett. He's always been a good offensive player. Defensively, he had some chances to improve and has. And that's why you're seeing him turn into the player he really has. A kid who's really worked hard to hone his craft. Now the ball to Nyson in the corner. It's stolen away. Niekamp and Genenbacher had him in that pickle, and the 11th turnover by Payson Seymour. That's been a problem. Here's Moore, met at the rim by Nyson, but finishes with two. Has a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play.
Nyson picks up his third, first team foul of the second half. 11 now for Moore. He'll get the and one. First free throw for the Panthers today. Nyson will have to sit down and Boone back into the game.
That hurts.
Well, I'll tell you what, when Nick Moore goes down each time, I kind of go, well, I hope he's okay, but he usually is. Makes it. He's got 12, so Blewett with 10, him with 12.
He's kind of a tough character, is Moore.
One of the best young men. I'll tell you, he's just been an amazing leader.
Here's Barker for a three and hits the first triple of the game for Payson Seymour to make it 25-20.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back into the water, the Sharks attack.
Niekamp with it out front. Surveys the floor, finds Moore coming off of the screen underneath. Drives in, hangs in the air, leans back, little one-handed teardrop in your face.
And then he'll stick a three in your face on the other side. That's just what the young man can do when he's hot.
27-20 the score with 5:33 to play in the third. Here's now an offensive fouler, I believe, going to be called on Schwartz. They'll say he extended the forearm.
Second time Schwartz has been called. No, first time for an offensive foul. His first team second. Coach Dushinsky wants an explanation. You can see it on the replay.
Thanks to Northwestern Mutual, Sheila Davidsmeyer and her team at Northwestern Mutual in Pittsfield.
Should I go and ask them if they'd like to take a look at it?
Let's go to the monitor.
Yeah.
I think it was an offensive foul. I think Payson was doing a good job, kept his feet moving, and he kind of went flying backwards. Now, it also helps that Payson is 5'8" and about 130 pounds.
But he's good at showing that charge in case the official misses.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of the game, right?
That's what he does.
Payson to Blewett on the baseline. Got to go out Boone here. Kicks it out to Moore. Moore drives the lane, pass a little behind Genenbacher. A scrum for the ball, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Payson. Turnover, Camp Point Central is their fifth.
Tell you, nice job by the Panthers fighting for the ball, but Payson kept fighting it out.
Fifth turnover?
It's a fifth, yeah. You can see that, can't you?
No, I just
you want me to pull
kind of see the number of tick marks. Why are you on clipboards?
I like it because it keeps the stuff from sliding down on this table we're working on. I like this position on the Winchester tournament field. I want to thank Grant DeWitt for building this for us and opening this spot up for us.
It's been here for a long time.
I
the
know.
table has been here for about 80 Winchester tournaments. Here's a pass down low. Schwartz. Might have been some contact there. No call. Moore wants to go into the front court. The one-man fast break. Little right hand at the left side of the rim. Up and good. Nick Moore with the score. And makes it a 9-point game, and we have an Adams Network timeout. For top-notch computer sales and service, Adams experts here to help you. 217-214-3423.
Hey, grab me one, too.
Is predator hunting your thing? Game Masters has you covered. We have way more than just deer and turkey hunting gear, safes, clothes, and gifts. Come check out our predator guns, calls, decoys, lights, traps, binoculars, bipods, tripods, and shooting sticks. Don't forget your thermal and night vision, rifle scopes, trapping equipment, and supplies. Whether your next game pursuit is big or small, runs or flies, Game Masters has what you need to get the job done. We're passionate about the outdoors.
Timeout taken by Payson Seymour as they find themselves down by 9. Largest deficit they faced today, 29-20 on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. And now a little full court pressure from Camp Point Central as well. Blake Schwartz in the backcourt, guarded by Ginnenbacher, who pokes it away and just kind of pestering him back there. That'll be a new 10 count. Shot clock does not reset.
Ginnenbacher said, I can't tackle you, so I got to do something else to aggravate you.
Sparks within the backcourt. Look for the home run pass. Now has to get it into Deeker. Gets it to Barker. Pass fake, and now he'll take the dribble into the front court. He's a heady player, is Lane Parker.
Yeah, he is.
Schwartz out front. Parker's hit the lone 3 of the game for Payson Seymour. They've shot plenty of them, just have not connected.
You got to know your role, and Payson kids do that well.
Schwartz drives in, draws some contact, and they'll say travels.
12th turnover of the ball game, and Tyler Dushinsky voicing his opinion to the second of 3 officials now.
And he might have traveled first, but man, he kind of took also a little pop to the nose that time.
Yeah.
That's the most painful travel I've ever had.
I got to quit this traveling. It's hard on me.
Pabin, that's nearly over and back.
He didn't establish in the front court.
Pabin to Moore near the sideline right side, guarded by Dave Bishop. Out top, it goes to Ginnenbacher.
Drew's a senior, but you wouldn't know it just looking at him, would you?
Blewett trying to throw a bullet pass down low. It's off of Payson Seymour out of bounds. And it'll stay on the baseline with Camp Point Central. Inbounds pass comes to Pavin. In the corner, it goes to Blewett on the baseline. Out top, Niekamp over to Pavin. He's open for a 3, turns it down. To Ginnenbacher, skips it across to Niekamp. 3:27 to play in the third, a 9-point lead and the basketball for the Camp Point Central Panthers.
Caden Niekamp still doesn't have his driver's license, by the way. I think that happens in April.
That's good. It is tougher to learn how to drive this time of the year with the snow and such. Right. Left side Pavin. He'll fire a 3. It's no good. And Deeker had the rebound. Now Blewett's on the floor after, and he kind of did a little slide to the knee, pick it up, and go. That was kind of impressive. Right side Pavin. Off to Moore. On the second chance. Oof, what a find on the dime down low to Blewett. He'll put it up and in, and it's an 11-point Camp Point Central lead on the nice assist from Nick Moore.
12 for Blewett now. What an assist.
Sparks into the front court. Long pass in the corner. Comes to Wright.
They are identifying where Schwartz is at, aren't they?
Now Schwartz gets in. Shot put up, no good. Foul, but he'll head to the charity stripe shooting to Parent, but I want to take a look on the Northwestern Mutual Instant Replay. That pass from Nick Moore. Watch this. Top of the key, draws attention. Whoop, there's a little back opposite side block pass. No-looker.
Elijah Ginnenbacher picks up the foul, his first. Team second of the quarter. Boone's going to check in after Schwartz shoots the first one. It's a little long.
The Pike County Express, our family-owned newspaper. The local folks always reporting on the good news in and around the area. They've been serving Pike County since 1991. Check it out each Wednesday on a newsstand near you.
Nice and playing with 3 fouls. Schwartz, second one, adjustment made, makes it 3 for 4 from there, has 7 points.
31-21 with 2:30 to play in the third. Payson Seymour at 9 points at the end of the first quarter. They've scored 12 since. As their struggle on the offensive side still continues. Here's Niekamp now, and he's wrapped across the arm this time by Schwartz.
Schwartz will pick up the foul. It'll be his second, team foul number 3. Pabin found him across court there and threw him a bullet. Found Blewett in the middle, up and in from 6. Give him 14. Nice find by Caden Niekamp. Biggest lead right now.
He's having a nice morning, isn't he? 12-point lead for Camp Point Central, their largest of the day. Here's Nyson. Works it down low, try to find Boone. Ball to be saved in bounds, and it's picked out of the air by Ginnenbacher. 14th turnover by Payson Seymour. Ginnenbacher to the wing. Moore fakes the 3, drives inside, kicks to the wing. Free throw line, Niekamp as they'll pass it around. Now Moore gets the open look from 3, and he'll bury it. Ball movement at its best from Camp Point Central, and they lead by 15.
Now they're showing you why they're the 1 seed. They're playing the kind of ball they can play.
1:35 to play in the third. I mean, just so impressive as we'll see a reach-in foul here called on Pabin out front.
Pabin's going to pick up his third team foul.
but just so impressive because Moore could have shot the ball the first time he touched it from the three. Let the defender get off of his feet, drives baseline, kicks wing, and it was boom, top of the key, boom. Back to Moore on the right-hand side for an open look three, and that's just the maturity of kids that have played varsity basketball for as long as some of these guys have.
The shoulders are square, the feet are right, and things happen the right way in anything you do in sports.
Here's a foul now. Payson will pick up his fourth. This is big.
Yeah, Papen's fourth foul of the ball game, fourth team foul, and here comes Lohmeyer into the game as Drew knows he needs to take a seat.
Looked like he and the receiver got there about the same time, but defensive pass interference is the call.
Yeah, that happened in Calhoun, and Calhoun got the call that time. I think that was a good call, too.
Ooh. That was an interception that day.
It was.
Pat Friedel had a good game that day. I can still hear his name ringing in my ears. 1:27 to play in the third.
I was hoping Pat Friedel played basketball because I just want to see him look like out of uniform.
No, kid's a stud. Pat Friedel.
Yep, good one. If your name's Friedel, you know how to play.
Here's Barker for three. It's off the mark, and the rebound tipped around, pulled down by Niekamp. 1:10 to play in the third. Into the front court, Gennebacher, a little too unselfish, saves it to Blewett, who had to save it in bounds, and it's turned over. Turnover number 9. Into the front court, up and no good by Schwartz, but he led to the free throw line. Sorry, you're a little wingity-ding in the air here. Looked like a 0, quite honestly, so I was trying to get somewhere between 0 and 9 and was wrong.
Foul by Niekamp. If you gave me a minute, I'd done it. 5th foul. Schwartz to the free throw line. He's 3 for 4 from there. First one is up and good.
Roulette and Twine located at just north of Pittsfield across from the airport. Your local headquarters for concrete lawn ornaments, statues, fountains, benches, indoor-outdoor wall hangings, and much, much more. Stop by and see them. 217-285-5013.
Second one by Blake Schwartz, also good. He's got 9. 5 out of 6 from the charity stripe. 36-23.
Into the front court on the run out is Gennebacher. He just needs to go up with that there. He's trying to be a little too unselfish. Nearly had a turnover, but instead a foul is called. Glad you've joined us here on Central Illinois Sports for game number 1 of 8 today from the 101st Winchester Invitational Tournament. We'll even try to have sound in all 4 quarters of every game. Inbounds pass from Blewett.
Good and called for the foul.
3-point shot up, no good. Rebound run down by Peterson. And the second chance opportunity here for Camp Point Central. 45 seconds to play in the third. Moore has to put it on the deck. Schwartz out there with an aggressive.
He's counting on that. Wow.
He's counting, and I don't like it. Brad Dixon.
Just wasn't very close for the count.
Moore on the dribble. Works it out to Gennebacher. Puts it on the floor. So let's get away from this half-court line a bit. Now back out top. Gennebacher on the dribble. Works to Peterson. Lohmeyer with 15 seconds to play in the third. Moore gets it out front, off of the Blewett screen. Double team comes at him, works on the right side. Gennebacher knifes the lane. Pull-up jump shot is up and no good. Nyson with a rebound, 5 seconds to play. Into the front court, Gooding. He's got it. Going to give it to Nyson. A volleyball line shot at the buzzer, no good, and 3 quarters are in the books. Camp Point Central on top, 36-23 over Payson Seymour after 3 fourth quarter action. Your way next on Central Illinois Sports.
Hey, it's the start of the new year, and it's one of your New Year's resolutions in order to make your dollar stretch further. Then you don't want to miss the Dollar Day sale at your local Farm Home Supply running January 5th through the 14th.
Here's some of the hottest deals. Get $15 off all Wrangler retro denim. We'll give you a free $15 gift card when you purchase any 30-pound or more Purina Pro Plan dog food. Tide Simply Laundry Detergent is only $8. Need a heater? Our most popular milk house heater is only $17. See all the deals and much more right now at farmandhomesupply.com.
Go team, go! Great Rivers Bank has a digital banking app worth cheering for. Move your money, pay your bills, deposit your checks. Hooray! Hooray! Set up a budget, manage your debit card, set up account alerts, and so much more. Our digital banking will give you a reason to stand up and cheer for banking. Learn more at greatriversbank.bank. Great Rivers Bank is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hey folks, Plum Creek Golf Course, just off of Interstate 72 of Winchester, welcomes you to the 101st Winchester Invitational Tournament every Monday and Wednesday, excluding holidays throughout the year. Play all day for $25 with a cart included. Stop by and see the gang at Plum Creek Golf Course, 217-742-9018 to make your tee time today.
Plum fun at Plum Creek. And you know, they've been playing golf the last couple of weeks there. Weather permitting.
It'll be Payson Seymour basketball to start the fourth.
Payson now 7 of 23 from the court, and 16 of 34 is Camp Point Central.
Indians down by 13, but again, a type of team that could shoot themselves back into contention here. Hold underneath. We're going to see a double foul, our first of the tournament.
We have not seen a double foul until right now.
This year.
Nyson's going to pick up his 4th.
That's big.
First team foul, and the other side, Moore's going to pick up his 2nd.
No, Peterson.
Oh, I thought he said 3. Peterson, okay, his 2nd.
Pass on the right side goes to Nyson. Thought about the step back, now on the wing to Deeker. 7:35 to play in this contest.
So it was a possession of who got the ball there?
Now a foul. 3 was good, but foul on Lohmeyer underneath.
Hadn't really seen much out of him, but now he's getting busy.
Lohmeyer
4
picks
on
up his
Lohmeyer.
4th. Yep.
No, I was talking about the other guy.
Inbounds pass comes out. Yeah, Schwartz, he made that 3, but didn't count.
The stripes.
3 up by Schwartz, and he says, that one felt good out of the hand. Let's try this one, and it's a 10-point game.
He's got 12.
7:18 to play and a 36-26 score. On the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard, see all the latest local listings at PCRErealestate.com. Check them out on social media as well. How about an answer? Nick Moore, too hard, and the rebound down to Barker. Finds Sparks into the front court. Schwartz is the trailer this time. That's the guy you got to get it to right now. He's got that touch. Out top Sparks.
Payson playing with 4, too, as is Lohmeyer.
Yep, this could be interesting down the stretch here. Even though it's a 10-point game right now, that doesn't mean much. Nyson also playing with 4. He's got it underneath. Goes right at Blewett. Puts it up and in for 2. 8-point game. And he'll have a chance to cut it closer with the and one opportunity here.
Blewett picks up his 2nd, 3rd team foul of the quarter. Here comes Gettenbacher in, and on the other side, Lohmeyer, and a timeout. It's an Adams Fiber Network timeout. Top-notch local computer sales and repair services, 217-214-3423.
At Logan Agri-Service, we consider it a badge of honor to be recognized as one of the larger independent suppliers of crop protection chemicals in the Midwest. We've worked hard for years to provide you with the access to the best herbicides, insecticides, and fungicides from top manufacturers because we know without you, our local farmers, we wouldn't be here. When you have questions, call our local experts to discuss what works best for your fields and your situation, or visit us online at loganag.com. Serving agriculture since 1962.
Fourth quarter action, 6:45 to play. Timeout taken by Camp Point Central as all of a sudden, Jack, a very comfortable lead has become slightly uncomfortable. It's an 8-point game, and Wyatt Nyson to the free throw line for Payson Seymour, trying to cut it even closer.
8 of 10 from the free throw line are the Payson Seymour Indians. Central 1 for 1. Nyson up, good. Give him 9 on the day.
It's imperative for him to be able to stay on the court for Payson Seymour. 4 fouls playing with 6:40 to play, but I like Tyler Dushinsky's mindset here. They have to have it. Pavin in the backcourt, works it again in Bacher. Over to Blewett. Quick pass down Moore. To Pavin top of the key. Central 36-29 on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard, but wasn't it 36-21 at one point?
It was.
I call that an 8-0 run. Peterson left side. He'll put up a shot from the baseline and up and good. Cole Peterson with the confidence you like from a senior off the bench makes it 38-29.
They needed that to stop the bleeding. It was a 15-point game and got down a lot closer to 7.
Well, they were kind of daring him to shoot it, and Peterson says, okay, I will, and he did. Barker looks in the corner to Nyson. Nyson on the baseline drive, up and under, no good. Rebound down to Peterson. Pavin with it. He'll bring it toward the front court for Camp Point Central. The lead is 9 after they stop that 8-0 run by the Seymour Indians. Peterson, top of the key. Works it over to Pavin. Bounces it down to Blewett. He'll throw the pass across the way. What a find to Peterson, who puts it up and in for 2. And how about you're talking about passing? Blewett with one of the prettier ones you'll see. Watch this. It's that ball, draws all kinds of attention, and backside wide open this time as Peterson tries for the and one, but first we'll get an Adams Network timeout. 5:32 to play in the contest. 40-29, Central leads Payson Seymour.
Here at Little Jess, we value hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership. We have a respect for heritage and tradition and believe in the pursuit of building legacies, breaking records, and putting forth award-winning results. That's why supporting schools and local teams is one of our favorite and most exciting parts of our business. For over 7 decades, we strive daily to use those same values as a foundation to meet our community's automotive needs and support our future generations. Little Jess Motors, serving our community since 1969.
5:32 to play in the contest, 40-29 the lead for Camp Point Central. And trying to add to that will be Cole Peterson as the foul was called on Schwartz.
Blake Schwartz picks up his third, team foul 2 in the quarter. And Peterson with his 4th point on it. Sweet pass from Blewett. The and one here. Central 1 for 1 from the free throw line. Payson is 9 of 11 from there. Peterson up. In and out, no good. Rebound comes off the other way. That's to Deeker.
Gets it to Sparks. 5:27, still a lot of time left in this game. Left side, Schwartz trying a 3, no good. Rebound down to Elijah Genenbacher.
Genenbacher did a nice job of moving people out of the way on that one, didn't he?
More into the front court, drives down low. Genenbacher, how about an up and under and another assist for Moore, and 2 points for Elijah Genenbacher to make it 42-29, 5 minutes left.
Nick Moore is one of those 3 or 4 guys in this tournament that just really is a difference maker.
Yeah, he's kind of the guy that can do it all for this team. Here's Nyson, works it to Martin, now to Sparks out front.
But, you know, just like in football, he doesn't have to do it if you know, it's not like he has to do it for an ego thing.
And he's very unselfish. He'd rather find a pass like that, and we'll get a timeout taken here, an Adams Network timeout. With fast, reliable internet that doesn't buffer, it's Adams Fiber, 217-214-3423.
Luke and Aaron Fessler at Fessler Insurance are here to help you with all of your insurance needs. Fessler Insurance, a country financial agency, provides life, health, auto, home, and farm insurance. Trust your insurance needs to the local folks at Fessler Insurance. Call for a quote today at 217-285-4429 or stop by at 1165 West Washington Street in Pittsfield for Fessler Insurance.
Best Systems Insulators offer insulation for homes and commercial buildings throughout central Illinois and the surrounding areas. We take great care to ensure that the insulation products we use are the best fit for our clients and their project. We understand that different buildings have different needs and that each of our clients has a unique set of goals. Let us work with you to find the best solution for your next project. Call Best Systems Insulators at 217-285-6005. That's 285-6005, or visit them online at GoBestSystems.com.
4:35 left, 42-29, the lead for Camp Point Central. Payson Seymour now down to 1 timeout remaining for the game.
They took their next to the last one.
Schwartz throws it off of Moore. Moore saves it and bounds. It's a turnover. Wow.
14th turnover. Well, he was in trouble trying to do what he could because his teammates weren't getting open, and Moore just duked them all on that one.
Moore out top to Peterson. Now Payson with a touch. 13-point lead in the basketball, just a little over half of the 4th quarter remaining.
Blewett and Moore proving they can see the court.
Genenbacher, right side Payson. Looks off the screen, looks for the roll man in Blewett. Ball gets reversed on the left side, Nick Moore. Long possession here for Camp Point Central. No shot clock in the Winchester tournament yet.
Yeah, I'm hoping it doesn't, but you know it will.
Right side, Blewett. Oh, it just makes the scoring so much better.
Turnover Panthers. There's 7.
Just makes the shooting so much worse. Out top, Sparks. He'll have a straight-on look from 3, no good. Rebound down to Payson. And you say, why? Shouldn't that be, you know, in the NBA, there's more scoring, and in the
well, for one thing, it's a 24-second
college,
NBA.
it's so much more scoring, and it works really well for the Quincy shootout. Yeah, that's not high school, regular high school, small school basketball. Here's Moore, right side Blewett. Drives, got it knocked loose, came up under and said, okay, why not?
16 for him now.
He's long, isn't he?
Back to a 15-point lead. It got down to 7. Now they are on that 8-0 run.
Match 1-8-0 run for another. Here's Schwartz for a 3, no good, and Payson Seymour just has not been able to be consistent from the perimeter really this season, and that has been a big factor of why they find themselves soon to be 6-14.
Blewett with 8 rebounds also in the game.
Blewett from the baseline, Peterson over the back, and called for the foul.
Peterson looked like he was going to get that board, but he was over the back. His third, team fourth. Free throws the final 2:34 here if another whistle is blown for a foul. 44-29, 2:30 left, and Schwartz will walk it up the court. Probably need to have a little sense of urgency getting open. Gets it down low, Nyson bounces off of Blewett, off the window and good. Nyson looked good on that one. He's got 11.
Imagine if Nyson was on Camp Point Central's team.
Well, I've talked about, people in football, basketball, baseball, but you can't get them all in one spot. Don't get me wrong, but they're bordering
some
each
people
other.
can. Here's Blewett. And work it over on the left-hand side. Ginnenbacher turns down the 3. Here's a ball knocked loose, run down by Ginnenbacher. Demore. 1:48 to play in the contest, 44-31. When the broadcasters on the big networks talk about the producer in their ear, this is what they're talking about right now.
Yeah, we got something in our ear. It's like a bee sometimes.
It's pretty funny bee that time, though. Down low, Ginnenbacher. Tried to find Peterson. Ball knocked loose. Peterson maintains the possession. Out top to Moore. To Ginnenbacher, playing a little keep away here with a 13-point lead, 1:23 to play.
Little Sandow. They're looking to foul, but somebody's going to have to make that foul pretty quick if they're going to get back in this one.
I don't know. 1:15 to play, down by 13. If you haven't fouled yet, I don't think you foul. And then the foul.
Foul will happen against Nolan Sparks, his second, team third. So they got a couple more to foul to put him to the free throw line. We talked about last night, when you get to that 5, you shoot 2 instead of the 1 and 1, and the pressure is so much different than it was before. Now, Dave Bishop
shaking hands in the stands.
Finding out where his seat is for the championship game.
Man.
He's going to ask if he can sit there.
That guy just handed him a $5 bill? And here's another foul. This one called on Barker. It's a joke, by the way, before you were like,
Barker's first, team fourth.
It's a joke. In 2024, that's going to become an okay thing to do again. Joke. 1:03 to play.
Tease, happy, not woke up with an attitude, all those things.
Into the front court with it is Ginnenbacher, now pavement. 57 seconds left to Moore. Guarded hard by Barker. Dribbles away from him and still has the bounce on the left side of the court.
Oh, if you just knew who Curly Neal was. Now Barker's going to foul. It'll be his second. They'll put Moore to the free throw line. They were trying to avoid that. He's 1 for 1 from the free throw line. He'll shoot a pair. 46.3 seconds left, 44-31. And if you're the first-rated team, you just take a sigh of relief that you can salvage a win on a game where Payson played very well. First one up by Moore is good. He's got 20 on the day now.
Payson and Seymour definitely put the pressure on Camp Point Central, but still perplexes me that they've struggled this much shooting the basketball.
Yeah, because they usually don't. Moore misses the second, and the rebound comes off the other way to Nyson.
Barker into the front court, open look 3 ball. It's up and good, and an Adams Network timeout as it's taken by Payson Seymour. Their final timeout of the contest. Fulls are all they have left, 40.1 seconds to play. Central leads by 11.
At the First National Bank of Beardstown, you come first. We're dedicated to helping you in any way we can with a full line of financial products delivered by caring, experienced professionals. With locations in Beardstown, Murrayville, and Winchester, we're here to serve the region with your banking needs. Contact our Winchester location at 217-742-3134 or visit us online at bankingyoufirst.com. The First National Bank of Beardstown, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
40.1 seconds to play. Ball out of bounds for Camp Point Central. Length of the court to go. Moore gets it on the inbounds. He's on the breakaway into the front court. Down low to Peterson. He'll put it up. Count it. And one. Cole Peterson to the free throw line.
You know, that's one of those plays where you could almost call it an intentional. I don't know that you need to, but Schwartz is going to pick up his fourth. The and one for Peterson makes it 47-34. And the free throw up by Peterson, no good. Nyson with another board, his seventh.
13-point game. Payson can't stop the clock anymore. They're out of timeouts. Out top with it is Nyson. Hands to Sparks, who puts up a set shot three, no good. Rebound down to Moore. He's on the dribble into the front court. No reason to foul here if you're Payson Seymour at this point, but they will with 19.3 seconds left.
That'll go against Jordan Martin, his first. Put Moore to the free throw line. He'll add to his 20-point total with these free throws, 47-34. He's 2 for 3 from there on the day, I do believe. First one up is good.
Into the contest, Barker sits Martin to the bench.
48-34, make it 49-34. 22 now for Moore.
Nyson with it with 15 seconds to play. Tried to hand it off. Now the ball tipped right back to him. He'll drive in, miss a layup. Rebound down to Genenbacher, and Central will be able to hold this one out. They improved their record to 12-3 on the season. Payson Seymour drops to 6-14. Central advances to the quarterfinal at the 101st Winchester Invitational Tournament. And we take you to the Blessing Health System post-game show with final stats, and we'll name our player of the game next.
The heart is the hardest working muscle in your body. If something goes wrong with it, you need a medical team that works just as hard. You need Blessing Health's Open Heart Surgery Team, celebrating 20 years of delivering life-saving care to tri-state residents. Patients and families choose Blessing Health's Open Heart Surgery Team for its experience, quality, and heartwarming compassion. Get the most out of your hard-working heart.
Griffin Signs in Time at 122 South 9th Street in Quincy is a full-service sign company that can complete any project, from fully wrapping your entire fleet of vehicles, digital signs, storefronts, to creating small banners and signs. The right and professional signage is the difference of getting the job, heading folks in the correct direction to find you, or creating a brand recognition for potential customers. Put the right signs in your customer's mind with Griffin Signs in Time. Call 217-228-7470.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Welcome back to the Blessing Health System post-game show. Blessing Health System has been serving the region for a long, long time, almost 150 years now this time, folks. And they have locations throughout the area with primary care, walk-in medicine, specialty care, and emergency medicine to take the best care of your family, no matter the situation. Learn more at blessinghealth.org. As Camp Point Central, as the 1 seed, got a little bit of a test early on, but did well, you would hope a team seated this high in the Winchester Invitational Tournament would do. They took care of business in the second half, and they win this one by 15 points over Payson Seymour, 49-34.
Final in this one, 49-34. Central was 21 of 40, 54%, 3 of 15 from the arc, 20%, 3 of 7 from the free throw line. Payson 11 of 32, 34.7%, 3 of 18 from the arc, 17%, 9 of 11 from the free throw line. Payson turned it over 14 times, Central 7. Payson led in scoring, 12 points from Blake Schwartz, 11 from Wyatt Nyson, 6 from Lane Barker, 2 for Nolan Sparks on the day for their scoring. Panthers on the other side led in scoring, 22 by Nick Moore, 16 by Gavin Blewett. Drew Pabin had a 3, 2 points from Elijah Genenbacher, and off the bench, Cole Peterson added 6 points. Final in the game, 49-34.
Time to name our player of the game. It's presented by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Derek Harris. Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, parents, and mentors. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones Financial Advisor, understands this, and that's why Derek Harris is a proud sponsor of the player of the game on Central Illinois Sports. And Nick Moore, 22 points to lead the way for Camp Point Central. He is going to be our player of the game in this one. The opener of the 101st Winchester Invitational Tournament is in the books. Next up, we'll have Calhoun and Pleasant Hill. We'll take a slight break. Join us in a new game file